The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, Leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent and accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
And the slam!
161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Up top. Cycled off the wall. Couldn't be kept in. That was over. Toth with it on his forehand. Long dump in. Bounced off the end wall. Left side corner. It's played up. Schwartz tried to center pass over. It's lost in the skates. Gajewski along the left side. He's a deadly forward for this Bulldogs. Walking in, and what a save! Flashing the leather. Parker Remulius. Gajewski in prime scoring opportunity in front of the crease. Tried to go top shelf over the glove side. Remulius shut the door. There's another shot. Lindecker. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully the sound is up and running now on the stream as we continue on with play. 6 shots on so far for the Bulldogs. Looking for another one was Graham. Nolan with a feed. Kicked off of the skate of Vogler. Back down low. Nolan. Over from Lindecker. He gets a stick on it and muscles it towards the left side. Rimming it around and stopping it. Nolan. Lindecker in the slot with a shot that sails high. We'll get a whistle as the puck heads towards the netting. 6:22 left to go here at Arrington Ice Arena. Beautiful Adrian, Michigan as always. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys on the call for tonight. Saw moments ago goaltender Parker Remulius. A great stop on one of the top scorers for the Bulldogs. That being Dylan Gajewski. Had a natural hat trick just a week ago in the second game against the Liberty Flames.
Yeah, again, apologies for those audio issues. Hopefully we're online now. And yeah, Gajewski, I got the pleasure of calling that game. It was a great performance by him.
Save from the point made by Remulius. Graham. Bounce pass up top. A cycle. Nolan looking for one. That wouldn't go. Keeps it in up top. It's been all Bulldogs so far, just about 6 minutes in. Behind the net, wraparound. That shifted across the goal line. Couldn't find the far side post. Stefano Minihard on the puck. Trying to chip that out, and he assists it as it exits the zone, but turning the other way. Here's Kleiman walking in with the shot, sailing high. Ooh, looking for that upper 90.
That wasn't far away for Kleiman, was it?
Not at all. Here's Overval with a chance of his own, trying to give it to Fife, who was waiting patiently in the slot.
Tyler Fife would have been all alone if his teammate would have been able to hit his tape there.
Here's Weber. Chipped that in, but it was turned over quickly and repossessed by the Bulldogs. Fife once more, sending it for Overval. Just a little too far ahead of his stick. Remulius will touch up for the whistle.
Well, Oakland knew they were going to be up against it going into this game, obviously suffering the 14-1 loss last night on their home ice. But I've liked the commitment so far. Lots of guys laying out to block shots and trying to do everything they can to help out their goaltender early on.
Got to talk with Stefano Mini before the game, one of the forwards for this Oakland Grizzlies squad. Although they did get defeated last night at a high score, they are looking to try and bounce back as best as possible in this contest, bring a positive attitude in the game, and do as much as they can to try and combat the offense and the high-scoring pressure that the Bulldogs bring to the game.
First 7 shots of the game for Adrian. They're really working the puck around well, not trying to force anything, just waiting for that premium opportunity to present itself.
Kleiman in the draw, wins that back. Fife works it around up top. He walks the blue line. This is over for McLaughlin. Backhand, no look pass there. Takes a lot of skill to pull that off. Kleiman, shifty move. Walks in with a shot. Rebound chance in front. They score! Ethan Kleiman with the original shot. I believe getting credit on this goal is going to be Henrik Overval, one of the assistant captains for this Bulldog squad.
Let's take another look at the replay here. I think this goal is just another instance of Adrian playing to their strengths, which is crashing the net, finding that second opportunity out in front, and they're rewarded, as it looks like that was Overval that got the backdoor tip-in for the goal.
Good follow-up pressure by Overval, standing on top of that crease, waiting to pick up the rebound. Great awareness from here. Bulldogs up 1-0. Coming the other way, DeCesare looking for a goal of his own. That just escaped the grasp of his stick. Toth works it down low. Circling with it here. Smith tried to go up and over. Minnie had it for a second, but he lost it at the blue line. DeCesare with a shot. Tipped a little wide off of the glove. A good stop once more by Romulius. Julo had it and lost it. Chipped high off the glass, racing back to get it's McLaughlin. He's pressured hard by Kaja. This moves over to the near side. Kaja able to dump it in. Toth picked it up, tried to send it over for McLaughlin, but it found its way toward the far side corner. Here's her chance for the Grizzlies, a backhand chance. And Dylan Knighton's first stop of the save is successful. Looked like he bobbled it up just for a second on that backhand shot. Stayed strong, got the goalie paw over it. Awarded a whistle by the officials. Tied up in one back. Nathaniel Mott able to play it. This is up for Gajewski. Highly skilled. Walking in. Shot taken. Save by Romulius.
It is just a thing of beauty to watch Gajewski shoot the puck, isn't it? Even watching him in warm-ups, it's just a missile every time and so well placed.
So incredible to see how accurate he's able to take his shots, putting them almost exactly where he wants it just about every time he has a scoring chance. For him, I mean, it's incredible too. Puck is on and off the stick in a blink of an eye, and that's why they rely on him so heavily. Here's Sam Spate. One too many stick handles. Puck escaped a little bit over his stick. This is wrapped around up top. Nolan with a shot, sent high in a flutter shot. Stopped by Romulius. .12:09 here to go at Arrington Ice Arena in the first period of play. Bulldogs still leading only by a tally, but heavily outshooting the visiting Grizzlies. There was a shot a couple moments ago, but I don't believe it's been updated on the scoreboard. So it reads 10-0, but I want to say it's sitting at 10-1 at the moment. Cycling back is Bond. Chip pass and neutral ice. A little too far ahead of Graham. Good pressure by him. He sends his man down. That was Parsons. Long shot from above the blue line was Kaja. Field goaled it above the crossbar. Knighton not having to make the stop. On the left side, cutting to the middle is Lindecker. Moves that over for Damon. A heavy slap shot in front. Bond picks it up at the circle. He takes a shot, hitting the outside of the goalie cage.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but Dakota Bond had the hat trick last night against Oakland, right? That's pretty impressive as a defenseman to pull off that much goal scoring.
Not easy to put up 3 goals in a hockey game, and even more difficult as a defenseman to pull off that feat. But Dakota Bond getting on the score sheet quite a lot last night. Another heavily used asset for Coach Gary Astalos.
Yeah, we've been talking about Bond's ability on offense all season, and it really paid dividends there with the hat trick.
Continuing on. Adrian cycling the puck. Able to work it back down low. They keep the pressure on, and it stays on sides. Fife trying to battle for his possession. Had Overval in front looking for a second. Clayman, long shot. Fife with one, that's blockered away. Hard to leave Tyler Fife all alone in front of the net like that. Good follow-up save there by Parker Amulius. He's been strong so far. That long pass was a little bit too far ahead of the stick of Gabriel Lucchesi. We get an offside and a halt in play. Pretty solid crowd here tonight at Arrington Ice Arena. Always fans, parents, players, and friends showing good support for their Bulldogs, whether it be in the stands or up at Wow Cafe.
Yeah, first game of a full weekend of hockey here at the Arrington. NCAA women get their season underway tomorrow. We've got your men's ACHA D2 team going to battle on Saturday, and then more men's D1 against Arizona, women's D1 on Sunday. So a lot to look forward to this week on an Adrian College TV.
Keep an eye out, as always, on YouTube. Here on ACTV, plenty of hockey action and more athletics from some of our other great sports here that we have on campus. We're always happy to bring you the action. Here's DeJulo pulling up, takes a shot, sails high. Back to Nolan. Defenseman being heavily utilized so far to run the cycles and keep a tight ship. Smith with the soft shot. Here's a chance in front. On the backhand, that wouldn't go. DeJulo gets tied up in the right corner. Traveling to Mott as he sends a hard hit. He was pressured there by J.P. Weber. Nolan with a drive. Glove down and held by Romulius.
So shots 12-0 right now. The official tally. Another dominating start for Adrian, but in your opinion, Alex, you think Oakland has one shot on goal so far?
I want to say they do. There was a backhander that got sent on Dylan Knighton. I want to say somewhere around the 14 or the 15-minute mark. For whatever reason, just not being put up on the score clock yet, but I'm sure at some point it will be updated. Staff here at Arrington always on top of their game, and they do a great job running the game day operations. Here's Morris trying to find his way on the puck. Chipped off the boards. Cruz not able to keep it in. Bond. Over for Morris. On the forehand, takes a shot, ringing the iron. Got a reaction from some of his teammates up in the stands. Here's a shot from Gajewski, the one-timer in the slot. Spate tried to give it to Morris. Rimming it back up top, long shot. This is picked up by Mitty. He fanned on the pass, and it was taken away. Spate walking in. Puts that for Cruz. Receives it back once more and drops it over. Gajewski circling down low. Gajewski to Spate. Spate to Morris. Bond opens up. Gets tripped up, no call. This is in the slot. Spate with a drive. Rebound chance. It got tipped out of the air, but couldn't find the right path towards the back of the net. Cruz is on the left side. Bond, high shot that sails way over the netting, hitting the back wall. 7:54 left in the first period. Dogs up 1-0. Draws one back by the Grizzlies. They look for possession, looking for some more offensive pressure. Toth in the skates. Odd man rush here for the Grizzlies, and a good back check effort by Lindecker. Jack knifed that out of the way. Knighton will have to quickly stop and pull that up. Palute gave him a little bit of a jab as he was holding on to it.
Now, does that count as a shot on goal, or is Adrian still holding Oakland to 0 shots on goal?
I'm going to say that wasn't a shot. I think it was tipped off of a Bulldog stick.
Yeah, I think that was McLaughlin just losing the handle. I think he sent it back to his goaltender, so shots will stay 14-0.
Strategy play, we'll never know.
I don't think that was strategy. I think that was just lost the handle on it. Then luckily Knighton was well aware and able to cover.
Listen, you get a good goaltender who can play the puck. You can use them from the back end to restart your breakout. So you never know if that's what Dylan Knighton might have been calling on the ice. Obviously not always as easy to hear the dialogue that you can get when you're at ice level.
I think we'll go with McLaughlin saw that Knighton hadn't had anything to do in a while, so he wanted to keep him on his toes.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Parsons along the right side. Had it stripped away. Good backhand pass. Racing up the ice is Schulteis. Kaja, backhander off the backboards, down low. Good pressure from McLaughlin. It's over for Graham. Started to pick up some speed, but pulled up a little bit. Helps his team get some fresh legs on the ice. Kleiman plays that back for Mott. Good awareness from him to keep a handle on it. Nolan tried to give it over to Fife for the tap-in. Mott up top, fakes his pass. Tried to give it to Fife, but he lost control. Mott once more, Soccer kicks it to himself. Sends that back for Overval. Here's a chance in front. Overval just lost control. Nolan couldn't keep it in. Trying to play it is Lucchesi.
That spinorama pass from Ethan Clemens was a work of art, nearly connected.
I have a funny feeling we might see some of this Bulldog staff try and pull some nifty moves out at some point once they really start to get comfortable in the contest. And it almost appears as right now they're starting to begin the part of the game where they go into cruise control.
Well, you can't go into cruise control just yet. Only the 1-goal lead. Still a lot of work to do.
Looking confident with the puck. Here's Bond with the shot. Once more rings the iron. Left side. Kleiman walking the dot. Tried to go through the legs. Was tipped out of the way. Fife with a chance. It's loose in front. Scramble for it. It's picked up. Sending that all the way down. Hernelstein. Knighton had to stop it with the goalie paddle. And finally, we get the first tally for a shot. There's Bond walking in. Shot blocked there by Parsons. Looking in front once more. Tried to glove it down. Was Remulius, but it escaped his grasp.
Look at that reach from Dakota Bond on the rush. He reached out to poke the puck by consecutive Oakland players and then broke in on the rush. Just great length, and it allows him to keep control of the puck for longer than most defensemen can.
Dakota Bond sent a long pass out to play at Remulius. Far side corner. In the slot. Toth winding up. That hard shot. Missed the target wide to the right. DeJulo and no look backhand pass. Starting to see some of that skill. Here's a high shot in the slot. Trying to pick the corners are a lot of these Bulldogs players. Looking for that sweet snipe. Nobody able to find it just yet. Here's a chip pass. Looked like Baldrica was almost setting up for a Michigan. There's a shot on. Scary play there. Knighton holding on to the post. Almost bounced off of that pad, but he's able to make the stop.
Textbook RVH there from Dylan Knighton, holding the post, not allowing that one to trickle through. Makes his second stop of the night here.
Recker and Spate in the draw. It's one back by Spate. Chip pass to neutral ice. A little too far forward. McLaughlin will have to restart. DDD pass. Toth has it. Up for Morris. Couldn't catch it on the backhand. Icing waved off. Morris beats the whistle.
The race for the icing is almost the game within the game. It looked like the Oakland defender got to it first, but one thing that's interesting is the referee has to make the judgment call based on who they think is going to get to the puck first at the dot. So it's not necessarily who gets there in the end. It's just kind of the referee trying to make a decision based on who he thinks will get there first. That time, Morris made it a difficult enough choice to negate the whistle.
3:16 here in the first period. Toth had an inside-out dangle up at the blue line, but he had to shovel it and move it out of harm's way. Spate looking for Gajewski. Left side corner, down on one knee. Spate couldn't have that one go. Markowitz dumped it low. Up for Morris. One-touch pass. Dropped for Morris once more. A little too far ahead of the target on that pass was Morris. Looking to hit Gajewski way up ice. We'll get an icing. Face-off will be taken in the defensive zone here for the Bulldogs. Could be a good opportunity for the Grizzlies to try and start some offense.
I think if you're Oakland's coaching staff, you're really pleased with their start. Yes, you've given up 16 shots, but your defensive structure has been pretty good, and goaltender's been strong as well. So if they can head into the breakdown just a goal, I think that puts them in a good position moving forward.
Some hesitation on the face-off draw. Unsure why. Sheldon Nolan being escorted off the ice.
We just saw icing, correct? Is that why it came back in the Bulldog end?
I want to say that could be it.
Okay, I think McLaughlin went off for a line change, and when it is an icing, the same 5 players have to stay out on the ice.
There's Peelet with the shot. Knighton holding on. Little flutter puck. Knighton seeing that through the lane of traffic. His third stop of the night. With just 2:38 here in the first frame at Arrington.
Again, Oakland's done the hard work to win an ozone faceoff, so they really wanted to win that draw, but Adrian able to move up the other way and negate Oakland's chance.
There's a right side chance, tied up by Parsons. Moved up, Kaja on the attack is taken down. No arm up, so we continue. Nolan back skating and then transitioning forward. Mess up on the breakout. Knighton will have to stop it on the backhand. He leaves it for Nolan. Bulldogs will try once more. Heading up with speed. Here's Lindecker. In his skates, had to kick it to himself. It's bounced below the goal line. Chip off the glass. Escapes over the blue line. Mott sends it over for Nolan. We've seen Nathaniel Mott quite a lot so far in this opening frame. A skilled defenseman that hasn't seen a lot of ice too much in the first couple of games that the Bulldogs have played. Did a very good job when they played home against Trine in the opening exhibition game. Obviously somebody that you hope to see more on the ice. A skilled player and a nice individual, obviously, off the ice as well.
Bit of a miscue there. Oakland goaltender thought they had it covered. Scored it out.
Here's Cruz along the right wall. Drops that. Bond receives it up top. Faking the shot. Tic-tac-toe wouldn't go. Under a minute to play. Here's Bond once more. Looking for the drive. Hit a body in front. I believe that hit off of Fife. Winding up with a shot. Good shot block by Kaja. Bond. A little too far ahead of Clayman. And a backhand saucer by Peelet was in the netting. Will take the face-off draw back in the O-zone for the Bulldogs.
Now, after this first period concludes, I'd like to take another look at one of those chances Adrian had in this period. They hit the post, and we'll show the replay of that in a few moments.
Tie up on the face-off dot. Trying to work for it is Smith. Chip pass. Hitting one of the many championship banners up in the rafters, this being the 2018-2019 Women's NCHA Playoff Champion.
Let's take another look at this chance for Adrian a little while ago. Started in their own D zone, quickly worked it up ice, and then who was that breaking around wide, just rang the iron.
Play continues as time starts to expire. Played up for Toth. Circling over. Smith drops it low. A chance in front. Couldn't get his stick on it. Was DiGiulio. Here's one more drive. A rebound chance in front. They score. 8.5 seconds left to go in the first period. It's Matt DeCesare. We'll see it here on the replay. First shot looked like was stopped by Romulius, and a second and third whack at it was finally put home as the Bulldogs go up by a pair. Final seconds left. That pass was chipped up into the bench. Little to no time left.
Again, it's just Adrian distributing the puck around the offensive zone, moving high to low, left to right, and that's what leads to the goal.
That's going to do it for the first 20 minutes of play here at Arrington. Bulldogs heavily out-shooting, heavily outplaying, heavily out-muscling the visiting Oakland University Grizzlies, doing a great job of continuing their efforts from last night as they lead by a pair. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV, and we'll return with coverage for the second period after this break.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years, you stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Arrington Ice Arena in beautiful Adrian, Michigan, as we get set to drop the puck for the second period of play for this ACHA Division I matchup between the Oakland University Grizzlies and your Adrian College Bulldogs. As always, my name is Alex Herman, happy to be joined alongside by Calvin Keys to provide you with tonight's broadcasting commentary. So for those of you just tuning in now, we saw a flurry of shots in the first frame sent the way of Parker Remulius. A total of 16 saves made for the Oakland netminder, 18 shots on net. Bulldogs sit currently at a 2-0 lead as they commanded that first 20 minutes of play. Center ice draw, and we continue the contest. This moves horizontally, now vertically. Chipped off of the stick of Clayman. Back under the goal line. Here's the centering feed. Clayman walking the line. Nolan looking for a lane. His shot was taken and blocked by Vogler. Cycle back to the key. Blocker to side by Remulius. Here's a chance. Mott, that first pairing D, sitting alongside Captain Sheldon Nolan. They race back once more. Mott recalculating as he wires a pass. Hernelstein had that stripped away from him. Going to pressure is to Cesare. We saw him on the second goal for the Bulldogs.
2 goals in that first period, one coming from Henrik Overval and the second from DeCesare, both from similar areas right around the net front.
Always good to see when your players are able to go to those dirty areas, obviously sitting on top of the crease, loose rebounds, cashing in. Adrian has done a great job so far early in the season of capitalizing on those opportunities.
And that's what the Bulldogs have really been forced to do because Oakland's goaltender has been square to pucks and he hasn't been beaten on the first shot. It's all been backdoor goals and rebound goals.
We even saw that early shot coming from Gajewski. As here's a nice move in front. Smith with the toe drag. Couldn't make it happen at the last second. Gajewski had a really good chance in the first period. Parker Remulius flashed the leather as he does there once again for the whistle. He's had to stay quite busy so far in the contest. 20 shots, just about 22 minutes of play. Keeping his Oakland squad alive. Bulldogs only up by a pair. Spate wins that face-off back. McLaughlin with a high shot, shouldered. Kept out of the way by Remulius. Good seeing eye shot from the top of the key from McLaughlin. Couldn't find all that he wanted. Remulius once more staying strong. Morris lost that in his skate as Morrison was able to pick it up and push it to neutral ice. Dumping that in and then racing in with some speed is Markowitz. Bounce pass with speed over for Gajewski. McLaughlin opens up, spins off. Back up top for Mott. Looking for the one-timer. On the side was Morris. And that was raked away by Remulius. That pass was sent way too far over the zone. Length of the ice will get a whistle for icing. Momentary stop and play. Looks like the Bulldogs having some fun on the bench with the officials. Can't quite hear the conversation from up here, but I'm sure it's probably a good one. Nolan, one-timer for Graham. Too far to the glove side. Mott. Nolan. Tip in play. Good heads up by Damon. Minnie picks it up. Try to cash a pass over for Markowitz. Takedown behind the play. Nolan lost his footing. Bumped into a defender. Good effort by DiGiulio. He comes down. Graham with the shot. Kept out. Quick takeaway. Good puck on stick awareness by Nolan. He gave it over from Mott as he sent a hard riser off the left glass. Seems like so far the Bulldogs focusing a little bit more on their possession, setting up their in-zone plays. A lot more cycling than we saw in the first period. Here's a chance in front, and they score! Lindecker receiving a nice pass in the slot. He cashes that one in. We'll catch the replay just in a moment.
So the Bulldogs were carrying it along the wall, fed it back to the point, comes down low again, thrown out in front, and finds its way perfectly onto the tape of Lindecker, who fires it home in the slot.
A little bit of country twang on the goal song tonight. Some of the Bulldogs player coming in with their suits, wearing some cowboy hats, showing some great style. I'm sure you'll be able to pick that up on all your social media outlets. Knighton plays that. This is long sent up for Fife. If he has enough speed, he can get to it. Motored it a little bit too far. Overval on the circle. He takes a shot, quick chest. Stop by Romulius. It's a face-off draw, one back. Grizzlies had possession for a second. Minnie will go and try and get it once more. It was tipped up. Coming away with it is Weber. Minnie taken down in the corner as they'll go and pressure once more. Couple of hits sent back and forth. Fife beats the icing, forcing Romulius to play it. Chip pass found its way on the stick of Bond. Over for Fife. On sides for Klayman. In between his legs, puck in the slot. Nobody there on the follow-up. Schwartz dumps the biscuit in. In the slot with a drive. That wouldn't go. A good shot block there. It's Klayman. Limbering a little bit. It's Fife. Not too much speed on the approach, but he takes a shot. Too high over the crossbar. Couldn't find the back of the net. To Cesare, the second goal scorer tonight. Over for Smith, he's bumped off. There's a long shot wide to the blocker side. Smith with no angle, looking for one as he moves it to Cesare. Cycle back for McLaughlin. A nice 360, a nifty move from him. To Cesare on his backhand. Back to Toth with a drive. Morrison in the corner trying to get it out. Grizzlies need fresh of breath air. Here's a shot, glove the side. Rebound chance, they score! Matteo DiGiulio puts the Dogs once more on the scoreboard. 4-0 Adrian. I want to say that Romulius got the initial shot block.
It was Adrian moving in quickly on the rush, and as a defenseman, one of your primary responsibilities is trying to clear the puck away out of the Royal Road, that dangerous shooting area in the slot. Oakland unable to do it, and Adrian makes them pay.
Once more, good net front presence from the Bulldogs as they cash in their 4th goal of the night.
One thing that's interesting so far in this game, Alex, and I don't want to jinx it, is there is no penalties, no special teams play as of yet. Both teams have been very disciplined.
There hasn't, in my opinion, I don't think one of the reasons why that might be, there hasn't quite been a reason for a lot of physicality, and when you start to get those heavier hitting games and the frustration starts to rise, I think that's why you see a lot of penalties, and there hasn't really been a lot of that so far. This is up top, taking a tumble was Baldrica on top of the right face-off circle.
I think one of the messages for the Golden Grizzlies going into this game was to be disciplined, because you knew that you were up against it going into this game, so you don't want to give your opponent any advantageous chances on the power play. Force them to score at even strength. That's what Adrian's been able to do, but Oakland's made it hard for them.
Here's Nolan for Spate. Nice backhander, Baldrica along the left wall. Pressured hard, holds on possession. Mott had it, but lost it off of the stick. He sent it down low, but a little bit too high. Sails over the netting, and we'll get a whistle to halt play. 12:44 here at Arrington Ice Arena in the second period. Bulldogs recently going up by a score of 4-0. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys, as always, on the call here on ACTV.
A rare center ice draw not following a goal or the start of a period.
High shot was taken, blocked in front. In some pain was Volger, but then having to make a quick stop was Romulius on 2 offensive chances.
Yeah, it looks like he could be holding that left arm gingerly as he heads to the bench. Caught him in an awkward spot for sure.
That was a hefty shot. Hopefully didn't catch him in one of those dead spots of the equipment.
Yeah.
Those always sting for sure.
Absolutely, and that was an unfortunate time for it to happen as well, because you could tell he was hobbled and he was the last line of defense, so it gave Adrian a clear shooting lane.
A stick stop, clearing it out of the way by Romulius as this heads over for Weber. He chipped it off the glass, up over the head of Cruz. Weber now walks over the blue line. Easy stick stop by Knighton. Damon lost an edge and then was hit from behind. Not hard enough to warrant a penalty, so we continue on nonetheless. Knighton stopped the long dump in with the paddle. Putting the pads down on the ice, making sure to seal up any open holes. He hasn't really been busy so far in the contest, and especially this period. 4 shots up on the board for the Grizzlies. 29 for the Bulldogs, as here's another stick to side. Romulius with the stop.
Would you agree that sometimes it's almost more difficult as a goaltender with the small workload?
Oh, absolutely. But here's one chance taken down on the play, but walking inside and out was Weber, showing some good skill. Would have been interesting to see if he found a lane to get to the net, if he could have put that home. Here's a wraparound chance, Graham. That wouldn't go. McLaughlin winding up. Fakes it, backpedals. Another chance. Loose change in front, sticked out of the way. Fife. Now to Graham. Up top for Toth. Fake slap shot once more. McLaughlin. Diagonally to the left side. Kept in. Here's a chance. Rebound in front. Bobble puck. Here's once more, and a good save. A follow-up chance was kept out by Romulius. Staying on top of the puck. A great showing of skill from him. Wraparound chance. Shoulder to side into the netting. Romulius truly staying on his game. The last line of defense for the Grizzlies.
Good work from Romulius. I like the way he was able to seal up the bottom of the net, and then as a smaller goaltender, almost had to jump up a little bit to get his shoulder on that follow-up chance for the Bulldogs.
This finds its way to the right corner.
For a netminder, who's not the biggest in stature, he's really looked big in the crease tonight.
That he has. He's positionally sound, keeping control of his angles, really limiting the amount of space that the Adrian shooters have to work with. That's why we have such a low-scoring game with such high shots here in the second period as we reach just under the halfway point in the second frame. Cycle up top is Clayman. Miscalculated on the pass. Minnie looking for one as Weber dumps it in. Minnie with some speed will pressure on. Long pass. Connor Smith up ice. He toe drags, tried to go through the legs. He's tied up, and there's going to be our first penalty of the game, Calvin. Unfortunately, coming off the hands of Connor Smith, he made one too many stick handles, and somehow his player's stick got lost in the arms, and he's going to be called for a high sticking.
Now let's take another look. The replay we captured was right after, but you can see at the beginning his stick, while it was almost being held by the Oakland player, was trying to pry it loose. And then now the situation that we see is Bulldogs in the box for 2 minutes.
So the penalty kill for Adrian College being tested halfway through the second period for the first time. Grizzlies will look to make something happen 5-on-4. Peelet couldn't enter. Easy stick stop for Knighton. Nolan able to clear, shaving off more seconds off the penalty. Schwartz receives a pass. On his forehand, looking for a receiver. Finds its way to Morrison. Back down low. In the slot with a little too much speed that travels and bounces over the blue line. They'll have to restart. Are the Grizzlies. Morrison trying to walk inside and out. Weber below the goal line. Pushes it over and receives it back. Caught it off the stick. Weber being pressured good by Lindecker as Morrison finds his way onto it. Lindecker with the clear off the backhand. Penalty kill unit being changed. 4 new personnel on the ice for the Bulldogs. Morrison taken down. Stripped away by Baldrica. Clayman with some speed. Through his legs. Puts it in front. A good blocker save. Parker Remoulas sliding across. Great acrobatics. Even better skill play from the Bulldogs there as Clayman will get another try. He pulls up. Inside out. Looking for it. Rebound in front picked up by Cruz. A soft snapshot was tipped off the stick of Lucchesi.
Couple of great shorthanded chances for Clement.
Bond walks in. Whacked at it. Behind the play was Peelet.
Clement showcasing some of his dangles there. The through the wickets move and then slid it across for the first chance. And then on the second, he toe dragged around the defenseman and fired a good attempt across the grain. Props to Remelius for stopping both.
Here's Smith walking in. Waffle boarded towards the right side. Remoulius with the save. Up top, a one-timer kicked aside. Bulldogs firing on all cylinders.
They're almost to 40 shots on net here, and we're not through the second period.
Not an easy night if you're a goaltender, Parker Remoulius. You have to be happy with your individual effort so far, though. 34 out of 38 shots stopped. Just about 14 minutes into the second period. And almost nearing the halfway point of the contest. I'm sure at the conclusion of the game, no matter what the result may be, he will get some stick taps from his teammates for his efforts. Toth winding up. Looked like Remoulius got a piece of it. Recker looking to do something with it. Stripped away up at the blue line by Toth. Over for DeCesare. Broken stick at the top of the circle. Cesare fell down. Here's a chance in front, centering it over. Loose, crosses the goal line. That wouldn't go. Not sure how that didn't find a way. A weird bouncing puck. Remoulas got spun around. McLaughlin hammers one. Glove stopped by Remoulas once more.
Oakland goaltender has put on a clinic for most of tonight, but that time it looked like Remelius thought he had it covered. It squirted out, literally trickled all the way across the blue paint, just inches away from the goal line. And in the scramble, Adrian couldn't quite find it and weren't able to cash in on their 5th of the night.
Spate with a drive, blocked off a shin pad in front. Gajewski, skill forward, plays it over. Spate looking to retrieve once more. He's able to win the puck battle along the boards. Nice blind backhand pass for Morris. He's held up. Looking for the wraparound, Spate. In the slot, Gajewski looking for one of those signature snapshots, but he had it knifed away. Turnover as Knighton will have to stop a soft-moving puck coming from just over neutral ice. Spate once more. Drops for Gajewski. Looking for it off the glass. What a pairing Sam Spate and Gajewski is. One of the more skilled forwards on the team. Great to see them on a line together. They produce so much offense, as we've seen with their pairing so far. And that one rings the eye of Remoulas on his back.
Yeah, the chemistry is really clear to see between Dylan Gajewski and Sam Spate. Spate being from chance there, goes out of play, but what I was going to say is Sam Spate and Dylan Gajewski, perhaps some of their chemistry stemming from the fact that they're both from the state of Michigan. Mainly a Canadian team for the Adrian men's D1 squad, but Gajewski, native of Woodhaven, Michigan. Sam Spate hails from Saginaw, Michigan. So maybe that, I don't know, Michigander style of hockey is what connects them a little bit.
Calvin, as a Michigander yourself, you think that the state of Michigan, the style of play reigns supreme, but we got a goal there. Lindecker on the tap-in. They go up 5-0. We'll catch the replay and then follow up the question.
This was a face-off play. Quickly won back. I think it was Graham that slid that across. And who was that got the finishing touch there, Alex?
Looked like it was Alec Lindecker on the poke home. Puts the Bulldogs up 5-0.
And if that is the case, then that's Lindecker's second of the night, I do believe.
Not a lot that you can do if you're Parker Remoulas right now, other than just try and stop the next shot.
I know I discuss it a lot, but it's just that same recipe over and over for Adrian. Quick puck movement right in front of the goaltender makes it impossible to make a save. Remelius has made every single stop that he has been able to, but those are just simply impossible to make the stop.
A couple of highlight reel saves at that as well. He's shown great acrobatics, kept as much as he can out of the back of the net so far. We sit at 5-0 in favor of the Bulldogs, 3:46 here in the second period of play. So I'll follow up with you here, Calvin. You think that the Michigander style of hockey reigns supreme across the country?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think Michigan has a great hockey culture. Minnesota is really quality as well. Massachusetts. I know Michigan turns out better hockey players than New York. I will say that.
I might disagree with that one, but I might be a little bit biased.
Me as well, so I can't really speak.
That's all good. We love our hockey players no matter where they come from. Always different backgrounds, different parts of the world, different styles of play. Everybody plays a role and everybody's always appreciated. Here's a turnover. 2-on-1 for the Grizzlies if they can hurry. Morrison misplayed it, couldn't get the shot off.
I will say what I really do like to see in the United States as we
Hold
take
that
this
for
rush.
a second. Here's Overval with a chance, easily stopped by Remoulas.
To finish my thought, I really like to see in the United States, as the National Hockey League has grown across the U.S. and the junior leagues as well, you see more players popping up from across the country. I think the biggest example you see is Austin Matthews hailing from Arizona. Matthew Nye, another player that's coming out of Arizona. I mean, in the previous days at the U.S. National Team Development Program, which is the top young players in the U.S., you'd always see guys from the 3Ms, Michigan, Minnesota, and Massachusetts. Now you're seeing guys from across the nation.
Toth with a drive. Always good to see all the different places that talent can come from. You mentioned Arizona. Can definitely put places like California in that mix as well. You got Florida in there too. When people who don't know as much about hockey, think about where hockey players come from immediately, especially for the U.S. That's not one of them. But Ethan Klayman with the shot. As another one beats Parker Remoulis. We'll catch the replay in just a moment.
Again, it's centered out in front. Looked like that was Overval with a chance. And then again, they find Clemen wide open in the slot, and he's going to score that one 9 times out of 10. It's been cool to see Clemen, who usually plays in more of a depth role for this Adrian squad. He's really taken center stage, and he's been up to the challenge.
One shy away from the touchdown on the scoreboard. Bulldogs up 6-0 with 2 minutes flat here in the second period. Really putting the pressure on the Grizzlies, firing everything towards the way of Remoulis. He's done a good job. Another chance to Cesare was on the doorstep, but couldn't get his eyes on it to try and collect that tap in. Long bounce pass off the boards. Cycled over and picked up by Nolan. Lost in his feet. This is for DeCesare, looking for a centering middle pass. Chipped up, muscled along, 3-on-1, spinning over. DeGiulio with the drive, rebound chance in front, that wouldn't go. Pellet from his own zone gallops ahead, sent a long shot on. Blockered off that custom set of Bryans by Knighton. And a nice move there with the shot. That was Smith with the attempt. Here's in front once more. Morris looking for one. He's sent down hard with a hit.
Big check laid there by Pilot on Morris.
Walking through. Spate picking it up. Playing that coming out of his crease was Remoulis. Had to make that desperation attempt. Walking in. Here's a drive. A nice pad save. A follow-up was kicked out. Remoulis on top of his game.
I don't know if you saw it in the neutral zone, but Sam Spate threaded through a pair of Oakland players, causing them to run into each other. That was a sight to behold.
And with that, we'll conclude the second period here at Arrington Ice Arena for this ACHA Division I matchup. Bulldogs turning up the heat in the second 20 minutes of play, finding the back of the net 4 times, going up at a score of 6-0. As always, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Herman with Calvin Keys. We're happy to have you here on ACTV, and we'll return for the third period after this commercial break.
as you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years. You stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
everyone, and welcome back to Arrington Ice Arena here on Adrian College campus. As both teams return to the ice, we get set to drop the puck for this third period ACHA Division I matchup between the visiting University of Oakland Grizzlies and your Adrian College Bulldogs. As always, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys, bringing you the play-by-play and color commentary for this matchup on ACTV. So after 40 minutes of play, Bulldogs turned on the Jets in the second frame, putting up 4 behind goaltender Parker Remoulas, who's seen 49 shots so far in the opening 40. As we continue on, puck is dropped as play finds its way in the defensive zone for the Bulldogs. If you're the Grizzlies, Calvin, what are you looking to change here in the final frame of regulation?
Honestly, I've been pretty impressed by the way the Grizzlies have come out and went in a defensive structure. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but I think this is an Oakland team that's rebuilding a little bit. They've got a lot of guys coming straight out of high school, whereas Adrian's roster has a lot of over-ager junior guys who have made the transfer to the ACHA. So really, they're looking to rebuild their program, and I think a good start is the effort level. I mean, even though they're down by 6 goals and they've kind of been chasing the game for a while, their effort hasn't wavered, and they've continued to play hard and pursue pucks.
With that, we move play. Down low is Overval. Up top in the slot, Minnie takes it away. Mohawks open, sent to pass over. Lucchesi, his drive was put on, tipped off the glove of Knighton. With speed, here's Fife, looking for the breakaway. Walking in with the shot. Good stop and a hold by Remoulas. The 50th shot of the night, halfway to 100, Calvin. Do you think we're going to hit it by the end of the game?
I doubt it. Only have 19 minutes left. I don't know, the way Oakland's been defending, I doubt that they'll be able to concede that many. But again, just props to Remoulas.
There was the Cesare in the slot.
Not just the sheer volume of the saves that Remoulas has had, also the quality.
This was sent on, kicked aside. Finds its way towards the right side boards. The Cesare dumping down low. Smith up for Bond. Long shot. Rebound chance in front. Grizzlies will come away with it. Skating up ice and dumping it in is Kaja. Cruz was taken down on the hit. Some vocals coming from the Grizzlies bench. Swatting at it out of the air with Smith. Julio finds his way onto the puck. Kaja there first. Arm up, we're going to get an offsides. We're at 18-19 here in the third period. Spate swiftly winning the draw back. Tough with the send-in. Gajewski motors it up top. Long shot, wide to the glove side. Here's a dead angle shot. Stopped at first, across the goal line, that wouldn't go. McLaughlin follows that up. Hit a body in front, looked like Vogler stepping in front of it. Here's Gajewski, he scores! Ringing the iron on the blocker side. Dylan Gajewski, that quick snapshot. Bulldogs up 7-0. See it once more here. First shot was blocked. Found its way into the slot. Dylan Gajewski with that heavy laser beam we've seen so many times before. He finds himself on the score sheet once again. Toth is up top, able to keep it in. Lindecker across the way. Minnie pressured hard. Driving up ice, too far ahead of Lucchesi. That travels to the right corner. Played back under the goal line. Up top, Lindecker spins off, lost his footing. Pilot take it down. Damon all alone. Pulls up just for a second, is now onside. Here's a shot over. Lindecker looking for that tip in the slot. One-handed takeaway attempt by Damon. Unsuccessful. On the blue line. Sent that down low as Parsons. Pilot receives it. His shot was broken up. In neutral ice once more. Knighton coming out of the crease to stop it. Bounced over his stick, but that's okay because it's picked up for Clement. 2-on-1 chance. Baldrica on the right side. A nice move and a great save. Tripped up Clayman. We continue play as he gets hit hard into the boards. Looked like his head might have bounced off the glass just a little bit, but he shakes it off easily. Fife over for Clayman. He lost control of the shot. Mott is able to keep it in. Nolan up top. Long shot in the chest. Diving at it. Coming way out. In between the hash marks. Romulius leaving his goal crease. Fife for Bond. He walks down towards the crease. He takes a shot. It's taken away. Markowitz tried to pressure. Baldrica, a soft backhander as he holds possession. Minnie taking it away. Cycled up top. Bond opens up for Cruz. Long shot on top of the crease. Cleared out of the way. Bond fakes the slap shot once more. Absolutely commanding up top on that blue line. Bond looking down low. He wanted the cross crease, but it was muffed up in front. Clayman with a shot. Tipped up high into the netting. Will stop once more for a whistle. Bulldogs absolutely taking full control of the play here. 5 minutes into the third period. They've been in the zone, getting chance after chance. Cesare, unsuccessful face-off win. He tried to receive it back once more. Chipped off the glass. Coming away with it is Lucchesi. A backhander. Almost turned over. Good feed over for DiGiulio. With a shot, he scores! Twisted wrister. Matteo DiGiulio hitting that upper corner. A good feed on the breakout. Racing down the ice was Matteo DiGiulio. And a hefty shot just outside the top of the face-off circle. Bulldogs up now 8-0. 14:39 left to go in the third period.
Apologies for those of you streaming at home right now. We're having some internet connectivity issues, so that's the reason why you're experiencing a lot of buffering. Trying to get it worked out, doing the best we can here. Limited crew, doing double duty, directing and color commentary, so trying to get it figured out for you. Just please be patient with us here.
Julio tried that same shot from the same spot, but that time it was a little bit too high, far, and wide, as Lucchesi has it at the center ice face-off. High and off the glass. Not much Knighton had to do on that play. Galloping up. McLaughlin is tripped. No arm up on the play. This is up for McLaughlin once more. Kick save and a beauty by Romulius. Here's a wraparound, unsuccessful. In the skates, bouncing puck as it pinballs around. Finally controlling it, McLaughlin gets it back. In the skates, Gajewski. Here's a shot up top, stick to side, Romulius. This was miscalculated. Bulldogs will have to restart. Sent the length of the ice. Nider decided not to play that puck to negate the icing. May have been called to, but he decided otherwise, as we'll take an offensive zone draw. On the near side face-off corner, Connor Graham steps into the circle. Able to win it back. Lindecker trying to walk through. Peel it. Glove down by Nolan up at the left side point. Kaja had that stripped away, but he came away. 2-on-1. He takes a shot wide to the blocker side. Knighton had to be attentive. Obviously not being tested much, but done correctly. That could have been a good scoring opportunity for the Grizzlies. Vogler down low. Schwartz trying to establish the zone. Backhanded back to the left side. Nolan had it and gave it over for Mott.
The passive 1-2-2 forecheck is making things a little bit harder for the Bulldogs right now. You notice only that one forechecker going in down low for Oakland. The other two hanging out near the blue line, and the defenseman all the way back past their own defending blue line.
We'll see how the Bulldogs can readjust to that strategy. Likely able to pick it up and draw up some play and make adjustments. Lindecker walking back towards his own blue line. Bond, D-to-D pass up for Lindecker, who was caught in the shin pad. I want to backhand it was Hernelstein. Here's Cruz. Cesare over for Fife. Back to Cesare. There's Overval. A hard hit sent on down low by Baldrica as he lays the shoulder.
Let's take another look at that one.
Baldrica dropping down, putting his weight behind the check.
So is Adrian working up ice, moved through center. I believe it was played down low into the corner. And look at this heavy body contact, rattling the helmet of the Golden Grizzly opponent.
A clean body contact for sure. Baldrica looking for the one-timer, but he doesn't take it. Cruz from up top. Baldrica
Definitely.
circles on the right side. In the slot, a good stop. A rebound chance. Muffed up in front. Empty net, and they score. Tyler Fife patiently waited for that rebound. Bulldogs go up 9-0.
Ooh, that one almost didn't seem fair. Remelius doing so much hard work, and then in the end it's just a casual tap in from Fife. Probably the easiest goal he'll score in his career.
A great night once again here for the Bulldogs as we start to near the halfway point of the final regulation period. Adrian rolling all four lines. All players getting plenty of ice time. McLaughlin circles back. Leaves it for DiGiulio. On the left side, no angle. Tried to center it in the slot. It's taken away. Cesare to DiGiulio. He walks in, fanned on it at first. It was picked up. McLaughlin kept it in. Coming the other way are the Grizzlies. A backhander. Morrison hit hard into the boards, almost sailed over the bench. Back down low is Parsons. Weber had his head down, was almost cracked by Smith, but he pulled up at the last second.
I think this third has been the best period yet for Adrian.
Here's Gajewski on the backhand. Swallowed and held by Remulius.
But as I was saying, best period so far for Adrian, in my opinion. I don't think Oakland's had a shot on goal throughout the first 10 minutes. And the Bulldogs have scored multiple, and you really get the feeling like Oakland's put up a really good fight, but when you're chasing the game and having to play in your defensive zone for so long, it really tires you out, and I think that's why we're finally seeing the breakthrough from the Bulldogs.
Eventually, you have to figure something has to give. When you're short-staffed, like the Grizzlies are, not too many skaters that they're able to cycle through, and the deep assets that Coach Gary Astalos has on his bench, making life difficult for Oakland, like you said. And icing is touched up. Here's Sam Spate. As Gajewski took that away. Couldn't be touched by Remulius. Here come the Grizzlies, muscling through his Wrecker. Able to successfully dump in. He's pushed by Nolan, and it's finally taken away. Morris looking up ice. He wheels down low. He's waiting in front, almost got that pass off with Spate. Morris was waiting attentively for it. Here's a shot. A nice block there by Dakota Bond. Peelet with a chance. A snap kick save by Knighton. Really flew off the pad quite quickly there. Moved in their own zone. Bulldogs appearing to pull up just a little bit. Not too much else that they have to do thus further in the contest. It's a little too far ahead of Lindecker.
If you're Coach Astalos, I think you're still looking for your team to stick to their identity because you want to build positive habits even when you're up 9 goals.
I agree with that. We've seen a couple of games go in the favor of the Bulldogs that they've done such. Prime example last night in Oakland, winning that game at 14-1. Obviously, we're 5 short of that total. But after coming off a huge night on the score sheet, I'd have to imagine the Bulldogs not too fully concerned with getting on it as much as possible. This is cycled down the left side. Toth over in the slot. Here's a chance. Graham rang the iron. Toth, long shot from the point, kicked aside. Here's a second chance. Blockered up into the air. Found its way on the right corner. High chip out of play into the bench of the Bulldogs. Stoppage in play at 7:07 here in the third period. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys, as always, here on the call on ACTV. Happy to bring you the coverage as always. This moves up top. McLaughlin over for Toth. That wrister was sent wide. McLaughlin turned it over. Toth with a good stick to regain possession. Drop for Clayman. He has a streaker wide and Overval. Morrison will turn the other way. He's pressured hard. Soft shot from the outside. Easily moved away by Knighton. One touch. Fife receives it. Stripped by Peelet. Toth, long pass up. Fife has a man. Looking for the shot, tipped. Peel it with the extra effort to negate the scoring chance.
I like the play from Pilot. You got beat wide a little bit, but putting the stick out there in the lane and you're rewarded, goes out into the netting, and Golden Grizzlies will get a much-needed change. Get the feeling this season the GICHL could be Adrian's to lose with the way that they've played against their opponents in the league so far.
They've come in with such a mindset, turning it around from last season's unhappy finish in the national tournament. Things didn't quite go the way that they wanted to. Season before, obviously coming off of a national championship win. And a hard shot by DiGiulio. Going bar down. Collects the hat trick on the night. Mateo DiGiulio.
And this was right off the face-off.
I didn't have even enough time to call it.
Caught the commentators off guard. Look at this. Went right over to DiGiulio and just a free unopened shot. No one attempting to deflect that puck aside or anything. It was just an unabated chance on goal and puts it somewhere where Remelius wasn't able to get to it.
So finally we're at double digits coming off the stick of Mateo DiGiulio. One of the alternate captains, a leader on this Bulldogs squad. Have had the pleasure to talk with Coach Astalos about him quite a lot. Always has extremely positive things to say. Gathers the troops well. Mentors the younger guys, teaches them the way, and a good sprawling save made by Remelius. Baldrica once more. DiGiulio. His fourth tuck of the night.
So this was a good chance at the back door that Remelius was able to seal off. And then Bulldogs played with at the point. Again, it's just a gap in the D zone coverage where DiGiulio has enough time to drink a cup of coffee and then let the shot go. Makes it 11-0.
No hesitation whatsoever. Bulldogs all smiles on the bench, standing, enjoying their time with their teammates. Obviously a completely different scene just a couple of feet to the left for the Grizzlies. Here's Bond. That shot in front. Stick to side. There's a wraparound that goes in. Sam Spate. He finds the back of the net.
I feel for this Oakland team right now because they've worked hard all night and it just looks like they don't have much more gas left in the tank. Is the initial point chance from Bond. It's battled for down low. Comes out front. It's another inability for Oakland to be able to clear the puck out and makes it a 12-0 game.
Nothing more that Sam Spate loves than a Big Ben breakfast sandwich at the Buzz Cafe. Some good backstory with that if you follow along with the Hockey House podcast on Instagram and Twitter. The photo of the week recap came out. Spate in the last game against Liberty had a waxed portrait of the Buzz Cafe logo from here in Adrian. And I found out.
I didn't know they could have NIL deals in the ACHA.
I found out through some great sources the story behind that. It's one of his favorite places to go here in Adrian to get some food. He's got a great group of friends that he's able to share some time with.
That is great.
And obviously, like mentioned, favorite thing there, Big Ben breakfast sandwich. So if you're here in Adrian making a stop, you got to check it out. So big shout out goes to the Buzz Cafe.
I was going to say, I'll have to add that place to my list.
Never
Maybe
know.
a pre-game meal next time.
You never know. We might have to get the sandwich renamed to the Spate Special.
The Spade Special, I like that. The ace of spades gets on the board for Adrian.
Absolutely love it. This is on the right side as Spate tried to get it once more. Gajewski pulls up, long shot, gloved. Held by Remelius, who looks absolutely exhausted.
I'm really glad you cleared that up, Alex, because when I saw the buzz, I figured, I know some people make references to the yellow jerseys we have. There's a B on there. It's a common saying, you know, boys are buzzing. So I thought it had something to do with that, but no. Sponsorship potentially for Sam Spate.
Buzz Cafe, if you're watching, Sam Spate's looking for the sponsorship. I'm sure if you cut him a deal, maybe a couple cups of free coffee, the logo's going to go on the stick for the rest of the season. Here's a wraparound. Loose change in front, finally covered up for the whistle. Romulius with the hold.
We're seeing those video board advertisements during NHL games. We see the jersey advertisements starting to sneak in the National Hockey League. ACHA groundbreaking stick blade advertisements. Never seen before.
Might have to be a new thing here for the ACHA. Never know what you can come up with. Here's a wraparound. And scoring is Connor Graham.
My goodness, I think that's 3 or 4 goals in the last 2 or 3 minutes of play here. Take another look at this one. It was won back quickly. Lindecker fanned on the initial shot, opted to play it deep into the corner. Adrian so effective on the cycle. And then it was really just turning and firing there. Bulldogs make it a 13-0 game. Scored 14 last night in Rochester at Oakland. Can they match that total here today?
We mentioned before, Calvin, I asked you if you thought the Bulldogs might get to 100 on the shot clock. They're currently 19 short, and I'm curious to see in the next 2:45 if they can get a little bit closer.
They're certainly going to get close. I mean, you predicted it earlier, Alex, and hopefully if you bet the over on this game if you're watching at home.
Toth with the dump in. Romulius coming out of the cage to stop it behind the net. Diagonally over. Overval for Fife. Had to backpedal for a second to get on sides. Good chip out of the air. Moving it over. Kick stop and a save. Romulius.
Wow. That eye-hand coordination on the fly for Tyler Fife. I like to see it.
I think he may have batted that out of the air to himself.
He did, yeah. The defenseman was trying to clear it out from like less than a foot away, and he just batted it out promptly and then slid it in front to his line mate.
Kleiman stepping in for the draw. Leaves it for Fife. He walks in now on one knee. Tried to take the shot. It was stopped. Kleiman down low. Went to go and fake for the pass, but he pulled up. Baldrica shifted up to the blue line for a change. Icing is waved off.
Yeah, it's probably a good decision to just let the clock run the way this one's been going here late in the third.
Long shot was sent on. Knighton with the stop.
I just want to shout out tonight's crew. We've had some issues both with audio and internet bandwidth here tonight, but obviously Alex Herman working play-by-play. I'm trying to fill in with color as I direct simultaneously, and then Kyle Plesher running the camera. All of us students here at Adrian College trying to bring you the action. Hopefully you've enjoyed.
Final minutes starting to creep up. 1:35 here left at Arrington. 13-0. Adrian College over the Grizzlies. Baldrica up top. Long chance. Tipped in the skates, Overval turning. Kleiman winding up. He takes a drive. Off the shoulder and into the netting.
The 100-shot goal is looking a little out of reach now. Buck 19 left, and we're 18 shots away. I'd be interested to know what the all-time record for shots in a game is in the HCHA, because we're certainly approaching it.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a regular season game played by these Adrian College Bulldogs that did indeed reach 100 shots. As Baldrica comes over, he took a shot. I don't remember who the opponent was, but I want to say it was towards the tail end of the regular season.
Final minute of play.
Mott
Things looking good. Sorry to interrupt you there, Alex, but things looking good for Adrian in the GLCHL, Great Lakes Collegiate Hockey League, for those not familiar. They took down U of M Dearborn in their first meeting of the year here at home 3-2. That's probably the top team that they'll have to face and be able to beat down the stretch to capture the league title. Another strong side is Davenport. I'll be interested to see how the Bulldogs match up against the Panthers down the stretch.
Both two strong opponents. Also have a weekend series with Liberty University later on towards, I want to say, January or February. We saw them play 2 home games here at Arrington last week, and it'll be the reverse. They play 2 games in Virginia later on down the stretch. Things beginning to conclude. Morris looking for a last-second attempt. He pushes aside. Lost control of the puck. Cruz kept in. Toth touched up, and a surprising late penalty call.
So we'll see if Oakland can take advantage of this second 7-second power play.
We're here at Arrington. Paldrika going to the box. Looked like the signal was elbowing. Not sure if I fully agree with the call, but I'm up here and the officials are down there, so not too much that I can dispute. Final seconds winding down. It's rimmed off the glass, out of the way. And it's a shutout for Dylan Knighton. 13-0 is the score here at Arrington Ice Arena. Bulldogs able to close out the 2-game series against Oakland, winning last night 14-1 and tonight 13-0. As always, we thank you for tuning in here on ACTV. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys, and we look to see you in some of the future broadcasts that we have coming up for the rest of the weekend. Live from Arrington Ice Arena, we bid you a good night.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.